Hello, my name is Jackson Kitchener with the Cold Lake Regional Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to our interviews with the candidates who are running for the municipal election. Many will remember the Chamber hosting all candidates forums in person. However, this year, we have taken a new format where interviews with each of the candidates willing to participate will be uploaded to the Chamber of Commerce YouTube channel. I am joined by Bill Parker, who is running for Councilor in the City of Cold Lake. For our viewers, I will briefly outline the format for these interviews. The candidate will be given 5 minutes to make introductory remarks. The candidate has been provided with 2 prepared questions which they will be given 2 minutes to respond to. There are 3 questions which have been submitted by our members for the candidate, and they will be given 2 minutes to respond to each question. The candidate will be given 2 minutes to make their closing remarks. For fairness to all candidates, we do have a timekeeper who will be ensuring that responses stay within the time allotments. We'll start now with Bill giving his introductory remarks.
Thank you, Jackson, and my name is William Parker, known as Bill Parker, and I've been a resident of Cold Lake since 1992. I came here, transferred in at that time. I was with the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and in 1995 I retired here. At that time I bought a business in town, and we ran that business until 2015, which time we sold that business. And I've gone into a state of semi-retirement, found it somewhat boring, and so I've kind of gotten into a few other groups around. I'm a member of the Kinnasoo Performing Arts, and I'm also a member of the Cold Lake Cruisers. You probably remember them when they were coming around doing the COVID cruises. I've seen lots of things happen within the city. I've seen lots of growth, and I think it's something that I can offer to continue the growth into Cold Lake. I see some areas that I'd like to expand on. I see tourism as one area that I feel that we could probably expand on, maybe take some different approaches and different aspects to encourage more people to travel up and into this region. I see an aquatic center is being asked for from the people that I've been speaking with. They also would like to have rooms available for places like the cheer force and the gymnastics club and other clubs around that would like to have a facility that they could call home. Right now they're working on places that are somewhat usable for them, but they are finding it somewhat difficult. So that's something to look at in the future. We have to investigate how we can get more medical people here, work with the people in the hospital. We need more nurses, we need more doctors. So that's something that is ongoing, and I think that we have to spend a lot of attention on to. Finally, I'd like to see some things that we could perhaps investigate to look at the youth of the people. When I say youth, I'm looking at that age group from 10 to 20. We have to find things for them to keep them busy, keep them active, and to keep them entertained. And so that's things that we have to go forward with. And that's why I'm looking at being a member of the council, so that perhaps I can bring some new ideas in and take some more ideas going forward, using my experience of the RCMP, using my experience as a businessman, and using my vision that I have seen from living in Cold Lake for the last 20-some years.
We will now begin with the prepared questions. Each candidate has been sent the same 2 prepared questions. Question 1. What is your position on property tax rates in Cold Lake?
Well, I'd like to see more light industrial area placed around the city, and that would help spread out the tax load that is currently on. If possible, I'd like to see 0 increase or even a decrease, but all things that are at cost. And so you have to look at everything, weigh what you can do and what money you have to be able to afford what you want to do. Again, the 0 is the best, but if you have to, you try to keep it as low as you can.
Question 2. If elected, what specific goal do you want to accomplish by the end of your term?
At the end of a term, which is 4 years, it's going to take 2 years just to get your ideas going forward. So basically, you have 2 years left to advance any of your particular goals. So where I would like to really see is, first of all, to make a council that is working, and second of all, to continue going forward with some of the things that the council has started on. They have started on the pool, they have started on the marina, they are in the process of following up on several of those areas, and they've also started on a lot of the things like with the doctors and the nurses, and trying to encourage more people to come out to this particular region. So I would just like to see continuation onto that, and to see what we can do to address some of the crime issues that are in the area.
We now move into the unprepared question segment. Question 1. What makes you qualified to make decisions about the spending of taxpayer dollars and the level of services we receive?
Experience. I've had experience in managing budgets with the RCMP. I've had experience in managing budgets and working with a large company and trying to work with budgets and knowing how to best utilize your manpower to achieve the goals that you're looking at. So I think basically the experience that I've had in the last 40 years of growing up to this point would be my qualifications. Again, my experience with the car club in budgeting car shows, doing movie nights, doing different things, maintaining the budgets that are on there so that you can operate on an efficient process. And also with the Kinnison Performing Arts, they have to budget that. We have to bring people in to do performances. We have to be very, very careful how we spend our money. And at the end of the day, you want to be able to move forward.
Question 2. What is the top political issue that you would hope to resolve during your tenure on council? How would you approach this issue?
That's a difficult question to put forward, but because it's multi-faceted. I think the situation with the doctors currently in the community is a very important situation. And how to address that is constantly inquiring with the Alberta Health Services, the Hearts for Healthcare, the other various groups that are in the community to try and encourage local physicians or physicians to come to the area to become local physicians. But we also have to look at the use of nurses. Registered nurses are valuable, and we have to look at the use of the nurses that we currently have. I think we also have to take a proactive approach in trying to encourage some of the doctors to move into this area. We have to look at what avenues the City Council has available to them to encourage either financially and or to promote the area so that the doctors are not going into a burnout case.
Question 3. What is your plan to ensure that Cold Lake has a vibrant and growing business community?
I think we have to work with each of the businesses that we have available. I think we also have to look at a light industrial park, and I think we have to encourage developers to come in. Because the biggest thing I see right now holding a lot of businesses back is that it's so expensive to buy a piece of property and to build on it. And it becomes so expensive for them that they just can't survive. So they're looking for current buildings to get into, which we have very little of. And where do we have it? So we have to have some planning made available to businesses where they can access property, and we may have to have a developer or two, or even the city, take on the role of the leader and perhaps build a building and have it made available.
And to conclude today, I would invite Bill to give his closing remarks.
I think that I have the qualifications, I have the time, and I have the desire to become a member of your council And I think that I would have some specific goals to be able to work with people, and I would have the ability to liaison with numerous people within the community and outside of the community to try and attract new businesses to come into the area, to identify places that doctors would be able to come in and do some work, be able to work with. I think to listen to the members of the community as to what their goals and desires are, because I have a lot of years of work when I'm in a business, and if you don't deal with customer service and listening to your customers, you suddenly find that you're no longer in business. So that's some of the things that I think I can bring to the community. And I've been here for 20 plus years, so I also bring a little stability.
We would like to thank Bill for joining us today and taking the time to answer some of the questions that are important issues for the upcoming municipal election on October 18th.